Hi, I'm John. I'm with Straight Talk Construction. I have over 25 years in the construction field. I was a plumbing technician, a unit carpenter, and a home inspector, and I had my own construction business, although it was not huge. I did have a construction business which started out as a handyman business. And one of the reasons I'm sharing that is I'm starting a 4-part series on the handyman business. Just want to share my triumphs and my mistakes and how you can actually start a successful handyman business. One other thing I want to share is that right here, it's not a prop. I'm actually in the process of renovating my house. I bought a house about 4 months ago, and it's a little bit of a fixer-upper. And I just want to take you along on this journey with some of these projects I have going on. I heard a great quote by Zig Ziglar. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So I want to encourage you to get out there and make a change for your future. And whether you're absolutely brand new or switching careers, I believe this channel is for you. Now let's get into it.
How to turn one-time handyman clients into repeat customers. Are you building a real business, or are you building your income every single month? Because those are two very different lives. One feels stable and the other feels like you're constantly starting over. A new lead, a new pitch, a new client, and new stress. If every month feels like you're back at zero, you don't have a client base, you have transactions. And transactions don't compound. So let's talk about the difference between getting jobs and building something that feeds you long term. Because I learned this the hard way. The job I thought I had. I once quoted a bathroom job. The client seemed happy, we got along, the price made sense, we talked through the scope of the job. I told them to go pick out their bath fixtures at a local supply house and let me know when they were ready. I truly thought I had the job and I was planning on it mentally. A few days later, I called the supply house to check on the fixtures. The salesperson told me they were working with another contractor. I remember feeling angry and surprised, not only because I lost the job, but because I didn't have any systems in place. And I realized it was my mistake. I didn't have anything signed, I didn't collect a deposit, and I didn't have any written agreement locked in. One lesson I learned from that was to stop assuming and start asking. Many contractors could give a great quote, have a good conversation, and then just wait, hoping the client just calls back. But that's not a strategy, that's wishful thinking. I learned at the end of every quote, I asked for the job directly. Something like, I'd love to take care of this for you, or what do we need to do to move forward with this today? And that's it. It's simple, direct, and professional. And you're not being overly pushy, because you're just being clear, and clients respect contractors who know how to close. And it signals that you run a real business, and it removes the guessing on both sides. If they're ready, you can lock it in, and if they're not, you find out why, and you handle it from then and there. Never walk away from a quote without asking for the job. Every time. Also, repeat business doesn't just start after the job. It starts with structure before the job even begins. From that point forward, I required deposits before materials were ordered, and every job had a written scope of work. There were clear expectations, clear numbers, without any assumptions. If your process feels loose and willy-nilly, your business will feel loose. Let's talk about what happens after the job is complete. Most guys finish the job, they collect payment, leave, and disappear. But that's not what you should do. But you need to do more. 3 to 5 days after every job, call the client. And not to sell, just to check in. Call them, say, hey, I wanted to make sure everything looked good. That call does more than you think. It shows you care about the result. It gives the client space to mention anything small that needs adjusting. And it plants your name in their memory while the job is still fresh. And most contractors never do this. So if you do this, you'll separate yourself immediately from your competition. Now let's talk about staying on the top of people's mind. Because homeowners don't always call the best contractor. They call the one that they can remember. Every homeowner has a mental list. Loose railings, squeaky door, caulk peeling, light fixture still in a box. And they don't act right away. They wait until it bothers them enough. And when that moment comes, they call whoever comes to mind first. And your job is to make sure that's you. One way to do this is to use the seasons. Every season creates predictable repair needs. For instance, springtime, there's deck boards, fence repairs, window screens, exterior caulking. Summertime, there's door adjustments from humidity, there's outdoor lighting installs, and pressure washing. In the fall, there's weather stripping, gutter cleaning, door sweeps to install, and small winterizing jobs. In the winter, there's drywall patches, fixture swaps, interior painting, and projects people have been putting off. At the start of each season, send a simple message to past clients. For instance, at springtime, you could send an email that says, "A lot of homeowners are dealing with exterior repairs and deck boards. If you've got anything piling up, I'd be happy to help." That's not pushy. That's aligned with your customers' needs, and that's smart. Timing turns reminders into solutions. Now let's talk about referrals, because this is where the compounding really happens. I was remodeling a bathroom once, and in the middle of the project, I had tools everywhere. I was in and out of the house all day. Before I even finished the job, my client referred me to a neighbor. A neighbor saw my truck, walked over, and asked me what work was being done, and asked my client if I was any good. I was given a good recommendation, and that neighbor called me before the bathroom was even done. And that moment stuck with me. I wasn't marketing, I wasn't pitching, but I realized something. You're being evaluated even when you're not selling. That client saw my truck. Your truck matters, your cleanliness matters, and how you treat homeowners matters. Because everyone's watching. And when you do good work consistently, referrals start happening quietly. Many guys hope for referrals, they don't ask. When a client is clearly happy, say this: "I appreciate the work, and if you know anyone who needs repairs done, I'd love a referral. I take good care of the people my clients send my way." And that line protects their reputation. People refer when they feel safe doing it. So give them that safety knowing that you'll do a good job for them. And ask for the review in the same conversation. So you're taking advantage of that one moment and getting two actions: a referral and a review. Now zoom out. Chasing new leads every month is exhausting. Repeat clients and referrals reduce that pressure. They stabilize your schedule and they stabilize your confidence. And confidence changes how you price, how you speak, how you operate. I've had clients call me back years later because they remembered how I handled myself. That's reputation working quietly. You don't see it building at first, but it builds, job by job, client by client, brick by brick. If you build this discipline in your 20s, by 30 you won't be restarting every month. You won't be wondering where the next job is coming from. You'll have a base and you'll have clients who default to you. You'll have referrals happening without chasing after people. Getting clients is a skill that takes time, and keeping clients is a system, and protecting your name is a standard. I urge you, don't just aim to get hired, aim to become the default choice. Because when you become the default choice, you stop surviving and you start building something that feeds you long term. If you're ready to stop restarting every month and start building a real client base, I've got a video that shows you exactly how to get your first clients when nobody knows you yet. Check it out right here on this channel. And if this gave you a clearer picture of what you're actually building, hit subscribe. Every week we're covering what it actually takes to build a career in the trades, not just survive one. We're building smart from the start.